Project Prosper, a strategic community partner of United Way Suncoast, focuses on empowering refugees and immigrants in the Tampa Bay community through financial integration services and resources, enabling them to achieve financial stability and inclusion. Here to tell us more about the organization's mission and how it benefits from United Way Suncoast's capacity building is Faye Steinhauser, Executive Director of Project Prosper. Faye, welcome to Suncoast Snapshot.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. So, Faye, earlier I mentioned that Project Prosper's mission is to empower refugees and immigrants in the Tampa Bay community. Could you elaborate on the specific objectives and goals that Project Prosper aims to achieve through its financial integration services and resources?
Sure. So to understand our work, it's really important to understand that immigrants often cite the financial system as a significant challenge to their full integration and financial stability. And this is due to things like general financial knowledge deficits, English language deficits, and cultural barriers like not trusting banks or a fear of being in debt. In really extreme cases, we have clients that come from places where banks actually steal the money of their customers, and debt is seen as either shameful or can be literally life-threatening. And this really stands in stark contrast to how we use debt and banks in the United States, where we generally find banks to be very trustworthy, and we use credit for purchasing everything from a mega mansion to a burrito. So with that background in mind, our overarching goal is really to shorten the time that it takes for refugees and immigrants to become fully empowered and included in this country's financial systems. We want people to be included and empowered in years and not generations, which is sadly what we've seen a lot historically in this country. So as the only organization in the Tampa Bay area that focuses exclusively on this population's financial success, Project Prosper created two programs, the Financial Literacy Program and the 0% Interest Loan Program. We're going to focus this conversation today on the Financial Literacy Program, and that features a curriculum created specifically for immigrant clients. It focuses on developing the vocabulary and the skills that are necessary to use the American financial system effectively and confidently. We serve about 475 clients in this program from 5 different continents, and our program features 14 classes that can be delivered in either intermediate or advanced level English or Spanish. When we're thinking about evaluating this program, our target is that a year after programming, 50% of our respondents, or 100 people, achieve one or more of the following goals: that they have $500 in a savings account, that they have a 10% increase in Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, financial well-being score. And that actually measures both financial stability and empowerment, or that they increase their credit score by 10%. Our first site actually just completed a 6-month follow-up of these goals, and 7 of our 20 respondents actually achieved 7 of 20 responses were received. Of those, 4 respondents, or 57%, had $500 in a savings account, and we had an average CFPB increase of 4 points, or 4%. So we're still getting credentialed for our last target, which is credit scores, but we hope that we're going to see a great return on that as well.
That's amazing. Those are really good targets. I appreciate that response, Faye, and I commend the efforts being made by your organization overall. How has your collaboration with United Way Suncoast and Results First brought positive changes and benefits to your organization?
So internally, Project Prosper had been discussing the need for improved data, impact data, for a while, and especially in our financial literacy program. But we really didn't know how to improve our old systems, which were just simply not collecting the kind of data that was deep enough to learn from and to show the real long-term impact of our work. So when United Way offered us a chance to be part of this in-depth program, we were so grateful for that opportunity. And we now have a data collection system that captures financial stability and empowerment aspects within our program, and also gives us feedback on our effectiveness and possible areas for future intervention that could be made to create even more impact in the future.
That's great to hear. It's always satisfying to know that results first is bringing success. So I'm really happy to hear that. Looking ahead, what adjustments or improvements do you plan to implement based on your experience with results first?
So we're looking at the preliminary data that we've gotten returned, and we're realizing that we really need to collect more detailed data. For example, on our financial well-being scale, we need to learn about who has the biggest increases in that scale score and why. And from that, we think we can start to discover future, areas to intervene, ways to offer further resources, and just kind of help bring everybody along better. One thing that we're actively working on after hearing from a client or many clients about the need for it is a fully online e-learning program. And that actually serves two purposes. The first is that our clients can go on and learn about new topics that they haven't seen yet. Maybe they missed a class or whatever the case may be. And then the other thing is we find there are a lot of clients that really want to refresh on the knowledge that they gained in our classes after the program finishes. So to illustrate that, I'll tell you a quick client story, and that'll kind of illustrate why clients come back and need to refresh. So we worked with a client whose name is Iris. She's from Mexico. And before Project Prosper classes, she had a checking account, but she never really felt confident in managing her money. And she often felt like her finances were controlling her life. Because she wasn't really saving when she had emergencies, she had to reach out to family. And that really made her feel dependent on them and just unconfident in her abilities to manage her own life. So after taking our classes, Iris resolved to start saving. And she opened a savings account and she started to put a little bit of money every single month into that account. And a few months later, she actually had an emergency with her car. And she said for the first time, she was able to pay for that emergency herself, which filled her with confidence and made her feel like an independent woman. And when we contacted her, she actually was interested in information about 401ks and retirement accounts because she now believes that she can save money for something as big as retirement. So from Iris's story, we learned that we really need to find ways to, like an e-learning program, to have our materials available even after classes. Because when the program formally ends, we could be missing some of the biggest opportunities to make impact, which are when people try out the skills, they realize it's something that they can do, and then they get interested in other aspects of things that maybe were never in the realm of reality for them before.
That's awesome. I actually like hearing that because I'm like 401k, building your future, buying a home. That's all super important. So I'm really glad to hear that she had success from that. Faye, I really would like to express my gratitude for taking the time to speak with me today and sharing the valuable insights about Project Prosper. If you would like to learn more about the organization and its mission, you can visit their website at projectprosper.org. And as always, remember, united we rise.
United we win.